Hey, welcome back to Kari Moody. Thank you so much for joining me again. I actually did this video earlier and there was a couple errors, so I have privated it and am re-uploading this one for you with the correct information and hopefully no skips in any videos and that kind of stuff. Anyway, we do have finally an update on Riley Strain. As you know, Riley went missing um, a week ago this past Friday. Share my screen here real quick. So Riley is 22 years old. He is from Missouri. He was in Nashville, Tennessee on the weekend of March 8th, 2024. At approximately 10 p.m. In downtown Nashville is when he was last seen. He was wearing brown square toe boots, blue jeans, and a black and white short sleeve button up shirt. As you can see in the picture above, the back side of it is solid black. Now, Riley is 6'6, 6'7, somewhere around there. He's tall, 165 pounds with blonde hair and brown eyes. Riley was in Music City for a fraternity conference with his Delta Chi fraternity brothers over that weekend, and he went missing after being kicked out of Luke Bryan's bar on Broadway. Now, the timeline, real quick, I just want to go back over it. I did in my original video. A couple of things have been updated. So 9:30 p.m., Riley was asked to leave the bar for being too intoxicated. Originally, it was said that his friend went to pay the tab to go with him, but security had told Riley to leave from the doorway. And the original rumor, story, whatever it might have been, there could have been confusion, but was that Riley was taken out of a side door or a back door. Well, that was the original version. We do have the updated from Luke Bryan's bar. But anyway, supposedly when the friend came out, Riley had already left. Now at 9:47 p.m., Riley is seen on camera walking across First Avenue North to Gay Street. At 9:52 p.m., according to his family, surveillance video that police reviewed reportedly showed Riley walking north on Gay Street in between the Woodland Street Bridge and James Robertson Parkway Bridge. Now, I do not believe we have that video. They have not released that. But according to his family, there is video surveillance at 9:52 p.m. Now, 9:55 to 10 p.m., Riley's phone pings in that exact same area. His family told SF Investigates apparently that the phone pinged about 50 to 100 feet south of the James Robertson Parkway Bridge. And police said that his last phone call with a friend was also during that time frame. Then I believe that the friends did try to get in touch with law enforcement. I'm not sure what happened there. They went to the wrong station, or Riley, because he's 22, they were told to give it some time. I'm not sure. But at 1:46 p.m. that Saturday, March 9th, Braden Baltz, a fraternity brother, called 911. And again, there is a little bit of confusion about when they originally contacted law enforcement. That still does need some clarification. Um, a little bit of information. Apparently, there was someone with trustworthy information, a news reporter in, I believe, Middle or West Tennessee, uh, that was at the hotel when the fraternity group checked in Friday. They said it was a massive group of people and they were already very intoxicated. They were in the hotel. They had their cups half full of alcohol, entire coolers full of alcohol, garbage bags of jello shots. You know the drill. So they were pre partying, and that's very normal for the college students. It's also very normal for absolute grown middle aged adults in downtown Nashville. So Luke Bryan's bar, the restaurant group that owns operates it, put out a statement. They said that they are cooperating with the Tennessee Alcohol Beverage Commission regarding their ongoing investigation into whether Riley was overserved or not. But they did clarify him leaving and what happened with that friend. So they said in their statement during Riley's visit to Luke's 32 Bridge, our records show he purchased and was served one alcoholic drink and two waters. At 9:35 p.m., our security team made a decision based on our conduct standards to escort him from the venue through our Broadway exit at the front of our building. So they escorted him to the front door. He was followed down the stairs with one member of his party. However, that individual that did follow him downstairs didn't exit, and that friend went back upstairs to the bar. So Riley did indeed leave by himself, but no friends were told, according to their statement, no friend were told you couldn't go with them or anything like that. Um, the friend followed him down. Maybe Riley said, "Hey, I'm okay. I'm just going back to the hotel." We don't know. There was, it did. His parents did say in the beginning that the friend spoke with him and he said he was going back to the hotel. So maybe that's what happened at that point. But we do know Riley did indeed leave by himself. Now, like I said, there is more video of Riley near the James Robertson Bridge. I don't believe that has been released. However, the trail ends there. The police are still saying there's no indication of foul play. There was no hard fall detection from his iPhone or his watch. His watch apparently did not have location enabled on it, but no hard fall detection. Um, there's no activity on his bank accounts. The parents absolutely believe that foul play is involved, but the police department at this point do not think so. And I believe it was as of yesterday, they officially called off the SARS search teams, and are only going to be used on a as needed basis when tips do indeed come in that would have them give them a reason and need to go back out and search. Now, today, the Metro Nashville Police Department confirmed that Riley's credit card was indeed found on the embankment between Gay Street and the river. To be clear, it was some volunteer searchers, some ladies. I don't know if they themselves are TikTokers, but it was on a TikTok live. The ladies were searching and they did indeed find Riley's credit card. And it makes you wonder, that was the same area where his phone last pinged. And it makes you wonder how the police department and the other searchers never did find that one thing. Um, so it is being investigated. The Tennessee Alcohol um, Commission said that there are no specific rules or statutes that governs escorting out intoxicated patrons from their businesses or providing any assistance in getting someone home. So basically, if you're kicked out, you're kicked out. You find your own way home. However, state law does prohibit serving alcohol beverages to someone who's visibly intoxicated. And if caught doing so, it is a Class A misdemeanor. And they have indeed opened an investigation into the matter to see if any violations have occurred. And no doubt the bar has everything documented with receipts and with videos, photos, all of that footage. Um, so so this is the path that Riley walked, and you can see down here at the bottom is Luke Bryan's bar. He walked north up 3rd Avenue. He crossed over, or went over on, this is Church Street, I believe. Then he crossed over here, 2nd Avenue, I think that is, and went down Gay Street here. So along that area, there is a pathway that's actually off the side of the road. Most of you have probably seen that path. So real quick, this is the first video footage that they have shown us. This was at 9:45:02 3rd Avenue North and Church Street. So just right after 9:45. This is the place that he was running and he fell. Now I know a lot of people have made something of this that he was being chased. Um, I've seen where he saw somebody had their hand on his shoulders and Riley kicked them. I've looked at it over and over. I don't see that. Many others don't see that. However, I couldn't explain why he was running at that point either. Now this is, again, that's the 9:45:02. Now this one is at 9:45:57. This is walking down the sidewalk there on Church Street, and you can tell, I mean, he's just truly struggling. It's heartbreaking to watch. Very heartbreaking to watch. Then he goes out of the view of the camera there. This one is at 9:47, and this is the last video that law enforcement has shown us. This was First Avenue as he crossed the road, and he is now on Gay Street, walking down that sidewalk area. You can tell he's got just total confusion, total confusion. So the last video of Riley, according to law enforcement, was right about here. Now that is pretty close to the second bridge. The first bridge is Woodland Bridge back here. So his phone last pinged just beyond that spot where he was last seen on video around 9:55 to 10 p.m. is the last time his phone pinged. Now, I do want to show you just a little bit. So it appears like he probably went right underneath this bridge area. Now there is another video, and I pinned that up here. It's a video of a person in a white shirt running at about 9:55 and 21 seconds, somewhere in there. And shortly before that, around 9:54, I believe, you can actually see a police officer to drive down this road. This is the area underneath that bridge where, they believe that his last phone pinged. You can see this little wall that they have here. I believe Gray Hughes estimated that this is only about 3 foot tall, and Riley, of course, is like 6'6", 6'7", tall, very easy to have toppled over. However, I believe he also could have walked around this way too if he needed or wanted to. So his card was found today at around 3 o'clock, Sunday, March 17th. This is the picture of that card. This is a screenshot of when they were searching in the original video, and Metro Nashville Police Department verifying that it was indeed his card found this afternoon on the embankment between Gay Street and the Cumberland River, and the search for him continues. Now, real quick, just let me show you that TikTok video.
Is Anna from there too? I know she lives here right now. I can't remember if she's from here or not. But hey, she's right with me to go climb right down. I was like, my type of gal. No hesitation.
Credit for this video goes to Riley Lively on
I
TikTok.
didn't know about you doing all that very well. Look at her. She's got a stick. That's my type of gal. It's like, oh.
Well, I know the homeless I saw up above, they would have like a couple spots, like old fire pits or something. Old spots they'd burn stuff. Do you see anything around where you're at like that?
And you can see the comment
I don't
there.
think they
Yes,
do right
great
here.
job, Brandy
Or
and
at least where
Anna,
that guy's tent is.
for
'Cause
finding
he's talking
this.
about how cold. What? You found his credit card? We found his credit card. We gotta hang up. We gotta hang up the phone.
Oh my God.
So you can
Oh my-
see how the area right there at that embankment, very rocky, a lot of brush, trash, all sorts of stuff right there. And then this is a family spokesperson saying that the credit card has been identified as Riley per pic sent to them. The police are in transit to verify in person, which we now know they did. They said, let's keep digging, people. This should now give Metro Police the evidence they need to turn this from a missing person case to an actual crime case, hopefully. So, as you can see, the family still definitely does believe that this is indeed foul play of some sort. Uh, Real quick, I want to share a couple of these things with you. Now, this is this was shared. It was updated today or very early this morning, 3:52 a.m. this morning, March 17th. And I just want to share this with you real quick.
Part of the homeless community is speaking out for the first time on seeing missing college student Riley Strain walking his last known path. That man is speaking exclusively to Fox 17 News tonight. Now, we've been following the search for University of Missouri student Riley Strain for just over a week at this point. His disappearance last Friday night making national headlines after Riley was asked to leave Luke Bryan's bar and then walked in the wrong direction to his hotel. I can tell you tonight we are hearing from one of the last people who potentially saw Riley before his trail stops. Day 8 of the search for Riley Strain. Nashville's Office of Emergency Management uses dive teams for the first time in their river searches for any trace of the University of Missouri senior. Today's effort yielding nothing conclusive, according to officials. In retracing Riley's steps, surveillance video shows the 6'7", 22-year-old leave Luke Bryan's bar on Broadway just after 9:30 p.m. last Friday, March 8th, getting kicked out for intoxication. Riley heads up 3rd Avenue alone, crashes into a pole off Church Street, and then stumbles onto Gay Street near the river, holding his head in some of the footage.
I seen the guy that went missing. He came down through here.
Fox 17 News speaking exclusively to a transient man who lives along the riverbank, right where Riley was last spotted on camera per police, near the James Robertson Parkway Bridge.
We heard a commotion. We looked back up. He almost fell over. The last bush right there caught him. He was very, very, very intoxicated, I guess. I mean, it was stumbling hard. I've never seen anybody stumble that hard before.
The man telling me he didn't check on Riley since someone else was already there.
I yelled up. They said, no, he's just drunk. He's okay.
The man.
Now, I find that very interesting. This man says that he yelled up and they said, I'm assuming he meant like, a person, probably not multiple people, said that he's just drunk. He's okay. So who was with Riley at that time? Have they come forward? I don't know. It very well could have been just an innocent bystander that saw the shape that he was in and was trying to help him. We don't know. But if you saw him right in this area, this is the last area that his phone's pinged. And again, this is Fox 17.
And who asked not to be identified says he reported the entire encounter to detectives. He says Riley continued in the same direction up 1st Avenue. But then Riley's trail stops. Other security footage just a block up the way doesn't appear to show Riley, according to his family. Riley's relatives, who have been in town since the first day he was missing, say they're working to track down anyone who was in Riley's last known location by the bridge around 10 p.m. that night, either walking on a scooter, in a rideshare, or perhaps driving by. This as the Nashville community continues to scour near the river daily for any clues. Many, like these women, are originally from Missouri.
He's been on our minds the whole day.
Kathy shares Riley's hometown of Springfield, Missouri. She moved to Murfreesboro just a year ago.
I'm a parent, and I would hope that anybody would be looking for him.
And Metro Police tell us they don't suspect any foul play at this point. The Tennessee Alcoholic Beverage Commission is investigating whether Riley was overserved at any of the bars he attended that night. Now, the restaurant group that does own
So I just thought that was very interesting that this homeless man says that him and his wife, or at least himself, did in fact see commotion going on, and another person was there. And that other person yelled back, "He's okay, he's just drunk." Now, I believe that the video that the reporter there was speaking of, that is just a little bit further up. It is past the bridge area. I believe I can show you that. There is somebody running, and it's about 9:55 and 20 seconds, something like that. It does not appear to be Riley. The person looks to be heavier. The shirt appears to be white. That doesn't mean anything, though. Did something happen? Why is this, person just running down the road? We don't know. But the family and law enforcement does not believe that Riley was seen on any video past this bridge. Now, the next thing I wanted to show you is this from Ashley Banfield. And they say that this guy says police never questioned him, which I find very interesting. Hopefully they've talked to him now, and it might not be, of much good at this point, but it may have been then for sure.
Michael, thank you so much for joining me this evening. Can you tell me what you saw on Friday night?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. I was working at the store I used to work at. While I'm watching the camera around my building, I seen him outside walking in Church Street down to Gay Street. He could barely move. He fell on the floor. He was so drunk. But I was busy at this time. I had
So he said he could barely
some customer
move. He
inside
fell
the
on the
store,
floor. He was so drunk.
there is usually, we used to see this situation or kind of situation outside, specific in downtown area. And I could do nothing for him because he didn't ask. Most of people here are armed, like that. So I don't like to put myself in trouble. That's why I didn't ask him.
So he's saying that, they're used to seeing this kind of thing, and he is very right. Like I said earlier, Nashville downtown, the bars open early in the day. And so from the time they open to the time they close down, it's pretty much a nonstop party down in that area. That's what people mostly are there for. It's huge tourism area. So they're used to seeing this kind of thing. But he's saying, people carry out in Tennessee a lot, and you never know, especially if you're dealing with an intoxicated person. Are they violent? Are they gonna, what are they gonna do? And so because of that reason, and he was working, he was unable to do anything or to go help him.
That's all I seen at this day.
I can imagine, you see a lot of people who've had a lot to drink in that bar, rich area, and you don't know if they might be violent. But I do have this question for you about Riley's mom. I understand she came to speak with you. Can you tell me about that?
Yes, ma'am. She was here on Sunday, as I remember. She couldn't even speak to me. She couldn't even talk. She was crying. I don't know what should I say, but I didn't understand what she was saying because of crying. She broke my heart,
It's so
to be
sad.
honest.
So sad. His mom really
But you know for sure
truly
you
was
saw
tore up.
Riley because again, he is 6'7" and 160 pounds. It's not someone you'd miss.
Yes, ma'am. Exactly.
And you've had a chance to tell the police what you saw as well?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't expect something bad is gonna happen for him.
So have the police not come by to talk to you about what you witnessed?
No. No, ma'am.
Well, that's unbelievable. Okay, well, perhaps after this
Ashley's
interview, they
thinking
will
the
come
same
by
thing I
and
was
ask you
like,
some questions about the direction. Did you see him traveling in the directions that seem to be consistent with the video camera? Anything else that might have been unusual?
No, ma'am, that's all.
Well, Michael Halim, I'm very appreciative that you took the time to speak with us, and I'm sorry that you're struggling with this as well. It couldn't have been easy speaking with his mom. I do want to let our audience know that if anyone has information about Riley's disappearance, please contact the Metro Nashville Police Department at 615-862-8600. I always say take a screen grab.
So that was Ashley Banfield. That guy was working. He says that police never questioned him at all. But Riley's mother did come in and talk to him, but she was so shaken up, he could hardly understand what she was saying. So the stories from the different bystanders they're all adding up the same. Everybody says he was extremely intoxicated. The last video I have is the video that is just past the bridge that some people are talking about. And since they really are talking about it, then I'm going to share it with you here real quick. Now it's super quick, so I mean it's like a flash, but the guy is definitely running. Um, and let's see if we can. So I think I paused it right at this point. So you can see the police cars, or at least one will go by. This was right about 9:54 p.m. So about a minute before Riley's phone last pinged. Okay, so there goes one officer. The officer drove by at 9:54 in about 12 seconds. I'm not sure what that car there is. It does have markings on the side, but it doesn't look like one of their police units. All right, so I'm going to speed it up here just a little. You're going to want to keep an eye on the screen right here because it does go by pretty quickly. So you should see somebody come out from the corner, the right-hand corner, and there you can see somebody walking. You see right by that second tree there. Now they're passing the second tree, going up towards that third and kind of final tree that we can see there in the view. You see another car drives by. The person is alone. They are in a light colored shirt, quite a bit more heavier set than Riley. But they were running at one point just past that bridge right about the same time. Is it connected? We don't know. We don't know. This black car with its brake lights on kind of makes you wonder, if they had seen something back there. You guys, I truly don't know, but definitely this portion is a topic of conversation without a doubt. And like I said, this is just beyond the second bridge area where the last video of him was, and where his phone had last pinged. So I guess, my thoughts are I still think that this has just been a very tragic situation. Riley was set to graduate. He's a senior, at University of Missouri now. And, this was like their last kind of hoorah for the fraternity brothers. It was meant to be a good time. And it just turned into a super bad situation very, very quickly. I have no doubt that pre-partying was a huge part of this. It could have been on the way to Nashville. I believe they took like a tour bus type thing. So I don't know if drinking was happening at that point, but we do know that we have, witness or more that say that they were drinking when they were checking into the hotel there. So I really do think this is just going to be nothing more than a very, very sad, tragic situation and a huge reminder um, that if you're out drinking, especially in an area like this, you have to stay with your friends. And if his friends didn't want to stay with them, somebody should have stayed with him long enough to call him an Uber to get back to the hotel. The hotel was pretty close. I'm not blaming the friends because no doubt they're going to live with this guilt for a long, long time. And bad things happen to really good people. It's just tragic. And I pray that they find Riley very soon. I really pray for his family and his friends and that they get closure and they find out what exactly happened. The not knowing has to probably be one of the worst things ever. So, with that said, you guys, please keep them all in your thoughts. And if there are any new developments on Riley's case, I absolutely will share those with you just as quickly as possible. With that said, you guys, please give this video a quick like. If you're not a subscriber, I'd love to have you as a new subscriber. The best way to support the channel is by joining my memberships. Just click on the little join button right beneath the video, and that gets you right into the memberships. And until then, you guys stay safe. Please take care of each other. Look out for each other. Look out for your friends. Look out for your family. And I will talk to you all real soon. Happy St. Patrick's Day, by the way. You guys have a great night. Bye bye.